Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do another velocity banking review. And we're going to pay off debt quickly because that's the quote cool thing to do, right? Remember South Park? Remember Eric Cartman? He would say everything's so cool or cool. I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched South Park, but that's what I thought of when I thought about, man, velocity banking is cool, right? All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. What is velocity banking? All it is a debt payoff strategy where you dump all your money into a line of credit and you pay off all your debt w- by dumping all your money into it. And then you pay it off with the help of a line of credit. It's that simple. So here I have a budget, which is $8,200 of income and then $8,150 of expenses a month. And you have $49 left over. Now, if you were in this situation and first question is, would you be struggling if you only had $49 left over? And if you were going to get out of the struggle bus, would you have to make more money? And the answer is we'll see. Okay. So we're going to do the velocity banking portion of this budget. And velocity banking actually is not about saving money, but kind of rethinking your mindset and using your line of credit as essentially your new emergency savings account. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine that we have an $85,000 line of credit. And so, what's a line of credit? All it is a financial tool where you could borrow money, pay it back, and then use it over and over again. That's all a line of credit is. If you take a look here, right? Take a look here. This is a $280,000 home equity line of credit that I have, home equity. So basically, I go to bank's website, click a button, and then they'll dump $280,000 into my checking account. So that's what we're going to do for today. And so let me go ahead and do this. So 25, 26, 30. And then how much credit card debt do we have? 81,000. So what we're going to do is shuffle some debt into the line of credit. And I'm going to shuffle $81,000 here and think of it as like a debt transfer. And guess what happens just by shuffling that debt? Oh my goodness. We literally went from $49.49 to $2,700.87. Isn't that really cool? And then the final step is dumping our entire paycheck into that line of credit. $8,200. As soon as you get paid, it goes into line of credit, and then you take your expenses out. And so the whole idea is that once you get your bank account statement, or you're not going to have any money available in your savings, it's actually going to be all thrown away into debt. Okay, so that's essentially what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get started and do the whole process of paycheck in, expenses out. And I'm going to just do this right here. And I'm going to do this plus this minus what's our cash flow? Our cash flow is, give me one moment, 2787.83. So 2787.83. So in order to calculate your cash flow, all it is based on the previous month's balance, previous month's interest minus your cash flow, right? That's paycheck in, expenses out. And then I am going to do the average of this to get the average daily balance, and then multiply it by the interest rate times 0.08 and then divide by 12. And then all I'm going to do is just copy and paste this, right? Copy and paste and copy and paste. And then we see that within, I don't know, probably less than 3 years. Let's see. Whoopsie. In 33 months, all of that credit card debt is paid off. Isn't that fantastic, right? So 33 months, we paid off 81K of debt, and that was so easy. All right. So now, after we've tackled on the credit card debt, now we got to tackle on the lower interest loans, right? Because by definition, if you don't know what the interest rate stands for, it stands for two things. Number one, the risk, how much risk you present to a lender. And then number two, the amount of access that you have to money. So if you have complete access, kind of like a credit card or a line of credit, it's going to be a higher interest rate than a typical loan would be. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. And luckily, I have um, the current month available I'm sorry, the current month, which I paid it off, is 33 months, which is 33, 33, 33, 33. And then I have the current loan balances here for me to calculate which loans I should pay off. And how do I know which loans I should pay off? I just simply use this thing called the cash flow index. It's so simple. It tells me how much bang I get for my buck for paying off these loans. So if you take a look here, I could pay 19 grand to get over $700 of cash flow, or I pay 97 grand to get only 665. I'm going to pay off the 19 grand. So let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to just do this G2 plus G3, and then I'm going to do this. So that's $782 back in my cash flow in my life. So let's move this into the line of credit, which I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to just do Control Paste. And then this is going to be plus 20278.88. And then, okay, these two will go to zero. And now we have over $3,000 of cash flow in our life. And then this is where it's kind of like a rolling snowball, where each debt that we pay off gives us more and more cash flow. So the debts just kind of they just kind of take care of themselves. And it's like not even a worry. It's just paycheck in, expenses out. And how long does it take for us to pay off these two auto loans? Well, just the 39-month mark, so about 6 more months, right? So 39 months, and then all right, so 39 months. And then so this is 81 plus 22 plus 21. So this is 124K, and that's 39 months. And see how simple that was, right? That was really simple. The beauty of the strategy is that I don't really have to think about what it is I'm doing, especially now that I've done it a billion times, because it's just dumping all your money into debt with the help of a line of credit, right? See how easy that is? All right, so now we just got two more loans to take care of, which is the student and the mortgage, right? Student loan and the mortgage. So we just go right here. So 39, 39, whoopsie, 39. And then I'm just going to do 0, 0. And right now I'm taking a look at this interest rate right here, 7%. Line of credit interest rate is 8%. Now, if I move a 7% loan into a line of credit, is it going to be really that big of deal? Probably not. Although, just to be safe, if you want to see what the safest way to pay off your loan with a line of credit is, I'd use what we call the chunking method. And I'm going to do that with the 3% loan, but I'm going to be a little bit lazy today. Move this 96 grand into the line of credit. Well, actually, I don't even have 96 grand in the line of credit because it's only 85,000. Uh-oh, ruh-roh. So in this case, I would just probably do little chunks, right? Maybe like 10, $20,000 chunks. It's not going to really matter that much. So what chunk you pick, I'll just do 10,000, right? So what is chunking? It's basically you're just moving a piece of the loan into the line of credit, 10,000, and then you just kind of rinse and repeat again, and you see, whoa, right? That got paid off in about, I don't know, 2 months, and you just rinse and repeat over and over again. So let me bring out my little Velocity Banking handy dandy calculator. So let me go ahead and open that up. All right, so this is the Velocity Banking calculator. So all I got to do is type the deets in here, and then it'll just show me how many years and how much interest that I pay. So let's go ahead and put in the right numbers, right? So this is going to be, I think, I'll just put a $10,000 chunk. What's our income? Our income is 8,200. And what's our living expenses? It is whatever this is, right? So let's go ahead and copy and paste. Basically everything except for the loan you're trying to pay off. So it's 3964.81. So 3964.81. Okay. And then what is our original balance? The original balance is, let's take a look here. It is, what's the original balance? I don't even know. Oh, it's $100,000. So I'm totally not even paying attention. $100,000, 7%, 10 years. And what's the payment amount, which is 665.3. So 665.3. And then what's the current balance? And then it should be like, well, blam, paid off. 964,422.01. 96422.01. All right. And it pays off in 1.9 years. Look at that. paid off her $100,000 student loan in about 2 years, and everyone's, like, freaking out about their student loans, especially if you're, like, a lawyer or a doctor, right? You went to school, and then, like, you think it's all about how hard you work, and then the bank is the one who has the tallest buildings, and they might employ you too as a lawyer or possibly a doctor. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. And let me just click around. So this is now 0. And then, so now let me just do this. It's 39 months plus 1.9. So 39 plus 1.9 times 12. So that's going to be 62 months. And then this is going to be 224K. And then now it's time to tackle on the mortgage. So why do we tackle on the mortgage last? Well, if you take a look at this cash flow index number, it's very, very high. And very, very high means if you put it into the line of credit, you get very little bang for your buck, right? So, but just be aware that let's just put 62 right here. Anything with a very low cash flow index usually means that you're going to end up paying a lot of interest, right? So it's like a trade off cash flow versus interest. And the reason why you get a 30-year mortgage is because you can't afford 300,000 or it's very hard to save it. So you pay it over time. But if you have the money, then just pay it off so you don't have to go to the 360 month and then pay $155,000, right? All right, so let's go ahead and do this, and I'm just gonna do it one more time. So again, now this is a 30-year mortgage, and it'll be 2,700 is the expenses. Let me just redo this. This is gonna be 3%, 30. What's the payment amount? It is 1264.81, 1264.81. And then the original balance is 300,000. And then the current balance is 265,521.57. 265,521.57. And then it's going to be 4.3 years. 4.3 years. Amazing. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to do 62 months plus divide by 12 for 4.2, which is going to be 9.37 years. And then we are completely debt free. Oh my goodness, right? 9.37 years. Actually, that's kind of a little bit longer than I take, but again, it's kind of like we got $100,000 student loan. Oh yeah, that's why it takes a little bit longer because usually I don't include a student loan, but it's all right. I mean, at least we paid the mortgage really quickly when we focused on paying off in about 4.3 years. Now, before I end the video for today, just a quick plug. Where did I learn all this stuff from? I learned it from Renatus. So if you want to learn about velocity banking and other stuff, because I always think the other stuff is important too, like real estate investing, financial literacy, because take a look at this, right? I learned how to buy properties at a discount. Look, whoa, look at that. Do $100,000 off on a property. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness, that is amazing, right? And it's in 2022 when everyone was going crazy buying real estate because they thought the world was going to end, right? So we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to learn how to underpay for real estate. And this is me as the goat of velocity banking. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. And I don't know, is there anything else to talk about except that how cool the strategy is? I don't know. I want to see. Let's do this. Eric Cartman. Cool, right? Cool. But for some reason, I couldn't even find a clip on YouTube him saying it that well, or it was like bad audio. But it's all cool. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so this is what cool people do. We just pay off debt quickly every single day. All right, well that's it for today, folks. So this is my brainwashing video. So eventually that you will give me my money, 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 and then pay me because you're gonna pay me anyways. I'm just kidding, or am I? All right, well that's it. Everybody have a good night, and I'll see you on the next video. This is Korean Atlanta Mentorship.